Hi, how you doing? Happy Monday evening and happy 4th of July. Oh my God, 4th of July already. It's weird when it gets to July, everybody just seems to say, wow, I can't believe it's July. But honestly, every year it takes me by surprise. So more than halfway through the year already. And we've been speaking for the last couple of days about some quite interesting topics with regards to standards and holding yourself to a higher standard and operating at a different level. And we spoke yesterday about affirmations and a bit of kind of goal setting come into that. And it's basically about, even when you're starting out, act as if you've already achieved your goals. So act as if you are CEO of an international company if you want to be a CEO of an international company. A really interesting book that I read before, it's actually a real estate focused book, and I can't remember the name of it, but I will try and link it below. And basically what it was about was, it takes just the same amount of effort to build a £1 million company as it does to build a £100 million company. It's just a different set of systems, it's a different set of processes, it's a different mindset, and it's a different organisational structure. So why go through all the effort of building a £1 million company and then have to pivot and go, oh okay, now we'll be 10 million and then we'll be 100 million. Just start out building a £100 million company and think, what am I going to need for this? Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to have everything straight away, but if you start thinking like that, then you start thinking about, well, what's my role? So, for example, my role at the moment, I'm not involved in any of the day-to-day stuff for the businesses. I'll only get involved when I go to a new location to set something up, and in the process of setting something up I will probably be customer facing, but as soon as I then find a business partner in that location, I'm not customer facing at all. So they then take over all of the day-to-day running, and my role is to work on the strategy for expanding the business internationally, make high-level relations with new clients and then introduce them to the rest of the team, go into new markets and analyse whether it's a good opportunity for us, and do all the groundwork of setting up, find business partners, franchise the business properly, all of these things. So there's a certain element of my job which I don't do anymore. I've moved myself into a new position. And every time you move yourself into a new position, you need to get somebody behind you to do the position that you were doing. So for example, when you first start your business, you'll be administration, HR, you'll be finance, you'll be customer service, you'll be reception, you'll be outbound calling, you'll be sales, you'll be management, you'll be everything, every single thing. You'll be the cleaner, you'll be the joiner, you'll be everything to the business. But when you start that business, work out what your hierarchy is, work out what your organisational tree is going to look like. So in 5 years' time or in 2 years' time, you're going to be up here. Right now you're down here doing every single one of these jobs. Work out which jobs it is you're doing and divide them up into departments. So just now you're working across 10 departments, but say your first department you would get somebody in would potentially be administration or PA or reception, or depending on whatever your type of business is. So as soon as you bring in somebody to do that job, you then jump up a level. So then you're the manager of the person who's doing that job, but you're also the manager of the manager of the person who's doing that job. You're the CEO, you're this, you're that. So work out the tree from the top down of, say, CEO, operations managers, business managers, regional managers, whatever underneath, administration, sales, HR, everything like that. And write your name in all of the lower boxes. And then every time you hire somebody, hire them into one of those slots and move yourself up. And what you'll eventually find is you're moving yourself up through the ranks. There's no point in starting a one-man band business and expecting it to still be a one-man band business in 3 years if you have dreams of expanding. If you want to stay yourself, absolutely, that's no problem. But if you at one point want to have a business that you can go on holiday and make money while you sleep, then you need to be able to employ people to do the things that you can do right now. And you can't do that if you don't set out that vision from the very... Well, you can. I don't mean you can't do it if you don't start out your vision from the start, right? That was wrong of me to say that. What I mean is, you'll find it harder, it'll take longer, and it'll be constant readjusting instead of working towards that vision anyway. Set the huge goals, set the unachievable ones, set the ones that everybody goes, really? Like, really you want to do that? When we first told people that we wanted to go to London, they said we were crazy. like, just concentrate on your home market. You're a letting agency, don't go to London. When I told people we wanted to go to Dubai, they thought we'd lost the plot. Why Dubai? Why would you want to go there? But it's so far away, and what all this kind of stuff. And then when we said we wanted to go to Kuwait, I kind of just gave up telling people. It's not up to somebody else what your vision for your business is. And if you're telling people that vision and they are not on the level with what you're saying, and they're not believing that you can do it, and they are doubting your dreams, then you're telling the wrong people. What you need to do is get around to people who've already done that, who to them expanding to Dubai is nothing. To them it's like, oh yeah, well we did that a few years ago, so give me a shout, I can help you with that. And you can start that thinking right from the start. I mean, I think I've mentioned this in the vlog before, but I found notes from a meeting that I went to in August of 2014. So I'd quit my job in the March 2014, so I'd been doing the business for like 6 months full time, and I went to a meeting which was about doing business abroad. Now nobody sets up a letting agency in Glasgow and then thinks I'm going to go abroad. I just knew that was what we wanted to do. Didn't know how it was going to work. Everything else ended up taking care of itself anyway. So it's like, don't be scared to dream the big dream. Don't be scared to focus on the future. And when you've got your long-term goal over here, it's easier to sort of zigzag on the path and take advantage of opportunities, because you've still got a sort of fixed target at the end. Whereas if you've got your goal in a year and you've not really thought of anything past that, and you do everything you can to get to the year, you're going to get to the year, you're going to have achieved everything that you wanted to achieve, and then it'll be like, right, what next? It's just this constant change. So 2 really quick ways which you can do this before you've actually got a team in to help you, because employing staff is tricky, right? I'm a big believer though in employing staff before you're ready, because when it comes to the end of the month and you need to pay somebody, you will find a way to have that money in your account. We've been in the position before where we were a day late with the staff's wages. It was the worst day ever. We got no sleep at all that night. It was the most horrible conversation that we've ever had, and it was fine. We spoke to everybody about it. They understood the circumstances. These things happen, and it's never happened again, and it won't ever happen again. So hire before you're ready. It's only through employing other people that you're going to expand. So you can either bring people into the business as employees, or you can outsource certain parts of your work. So for example, if all your day is taken up with replying to emails or trying to organise events or doing all these things, right? Work out what you spend your day doing. So work out the value of the amount of time you spend doing each task, right? So for example, you get up in the morning, you exercise, you then sit down and you answer emails for an hour and a half, and then you do some research online, and then you go for a networking lunch, and then in the afternoon you're running about picking stuff up, right? So write them down, and then write down the value of each task. So getting up in the morning and going to the gym or going for a run doesn't give you value, but it gives you value in other ways. So it doesn't give you a monetary value into the business, but it clears your head, it prepares you for the day. You can't outsource that, you can't get somebody else to do your run. Believe me, if I could pay somebody to go running for me, I probably would. So then the next thing, check emails for an hour and a half. Is there any way that somebody else could check those emails? Probably. Is there a way that maybe you could outsource to a virtual assistant so that they could check your emails, and instead of you having an hour and a half to go through them all, you would maybe just be issued at the end of that hour and a half with a 5-minute synopsis of everything that came through, with your key action points, points for discussion, and areas that need replying. You can get back to that in 15 minutes. So that's you shortened an hour and a half down to 15 minutes. Your research, desk-based research, could you pay somebody else to do that? Absolutely. If you're online, particularly in property, if you're online scouring Rightmove and all these portals and everything like that, you can pay somebody to do that. You can even pay somebody on a commission basis, for example, if they find you a deal or if they find you a contact. Especially like at summertime, and there's loads of students looking for, kind of ad hoc employment, all these kind of things. There's lots of grants available to take on somebody for these kind of tasks. So research you can outsource as well. So the next thing was your networking lunch. You don't want to outsource networking. Networking is the one thing that you can do until you get to the stage where, say, you're bringing in like a business partner. So for example, my business partner, Brian, in Glasgow, he goes and does networking because that's his business now. So it's not my business anymore. I do networking in the new locations that I go to, and then it passes off to the business manager. So your networking lunch you have to go to. And then in the afternoon, you're running about picking stuff up. you can absolutely outsource that. So that's you freed up. There's only 2 things you need to do that day. The only thing you need to do is your 15 minutes of your email summary and getting back to them, and a 2-hour networking lunch, and the rest of the time, what do you do with your time? So somebody's doing research for you, that's a task that you can pay somebody £10 an hour to do. Picking up things in the afternoon, you can pay somebody £10 an hour to do, plus mileage, right? As an entrepreneur, the tasks that you're doing should be worth £1,000 an hour. So at that networking lunch, you go for 2 hours. If you make 2 contacts that would at one point bring in £1,000 to your business, then you've won a watch. What will happen most of the time is you won't make all those contacts in the one time, but you'll keep going back and back, and eventually all the networking that you do will add up and you'll get the money in. You should spend about 50% of your time networking as a new entrepreneur. So the research, you get somebody to do that. So what's the other things that you could do, high value tasks? Could you spend the time doing some more networking? Could you spend it contacting 5 inspirational people within your field and asking them for a meeting? Could you spend it going to learn more about your craft or to read more about business? Could you spend it an afternoon, you read a book about business, or you read a book about leadership or management or something like that? That's going to make you more money in the long term than sitting at your computer Googling Rightmove. So it's not about picking the tasks that you don't want to do and not doing them, because there's going to be some things in entrepreneurship you don't want to do, and you need to just do them. Suck it up, get on with it, get them out the way. Eat that frog, do them first thing in the morning. It's a good Jim Rohn? No, Jack Canfield maybe? Not sure. Anyway, so don't outsource just the things you don't want to do, but outsource the things that aren't of value to your time. Do you know what I mean? Outsource the things that you can pay somebody £10 an hour to do, and then you spend your time doing the stuff that you would get paid £1,000 an hour to do. And very quickly you will notice a huge difference to your output. I really notice I'm running on. I could talk about this subject all day. I will try and make sure that tomorrow's is a bit more of a sort of summary of what we've been doing, because we've covered so many different points and I feel as if I'm just like rattling through them. Likewise, please comment below if there's anything in particular around about these subjects to do with raising your standards, acting as if, putting yourself in the position of international CEO while you're still working from your room with your laptop. And likewise, if you could please subscribe and pass the vlog on to anybody that you think would find it useful, I would really appreciate that. Have a lovely night. Ramadan ends tomorrow, so Ramadan Kareem to all of my Kuwaiti friends, and I hope you have a lovely and a fantastic Eid. I'm looking forward to being in the city for the next few days and getting involved in all the celebrations, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to you guys again tomorrow night. Okay, good night, see you later, bye bye.